What's happening, all you Minties? This is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions. And today, I get to announce 2 brand new Marvel Omnis coming out in 2023. Let's keep this party going. This video is sponsored by Marvel Comics, so thank you so much to David Gabriel and the fine folks at Marvel for sending us advance notice of these 2 books coming out next year. Before going any further, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. We put out videos every day in case you're new to the channel. Make sure you ring that bell for notifications to let you know when our videos, much like this one, are going live. And yes, please share the video. Don't forget to share the video. Thank you to all those wonderful folks that have shared our videos in the past, though. Seriously, thank you all. All right, so we got 2 brand new Marvel Omnis coming out in 2023. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump right in. One is coming out in June and one is coming out in July. Let's talk about the one coming out in June. So this is another webhead omnibus. So we're having another Spider-Man omnibus. This time around, it is Spider-Man by Joe Kelly Omnibus. Now, let's take a look at the main cover. So this standard edition cover is supplied by Ken Lashley. This is the cover that's going to be available everywhere. So if you're curious about the mapping and what's collected in here, well, be curious no more. Let's take a look at the content. This collects Amazing Spider-Man 575 to 576, 595 to 599, 606 to 607, 611, 617, 625, and it goes all the way to Non-Stop Spider-Man, the 5-issue mini, the Savage Spider-Man, which is a follow-up to Non-Stop, 5-issue mini, Marvel Fanfare 2 and 3, Web Spinners, Tales of Spider-Man 7 and 9, and then material from Spider-Man Extra 1 and 3, Amazing Spider-Man 577, 600, 612, 634 to 637, 647, Spider-Man Grim Hunt, The Kraven Saga. So it looks like we have some stuff from the Brand New Day era and the Big Time era. Now, let's take a look at the direct market cover. So this direct market cover is supplied by Phil Jimenez, who was an artist that worked with Joe Kelly during Joe Kelly's time on Spider-Man. Not only is it Phil Jimenez, but he's also working with Marco Cicchetto, Mike McCone, Luke Ross, and of course Chris Bacalo on the Non-Stop Spider-Man, Nick Bradshaw. Just to name a few of the artists that worked with him on those titles. So it looks like this is a creator-centric collection, just focusing on stories that feature Spider-Man. I know that he went on to do the Spider-Man Deadpool series, but that was with Ed McGuinness. But he didn't write all of them. I know there was an oversized hardcover of that came out a couple of years ago. But this is the one that is coming out in June. Both the main cover and the variant cover will be coming out the same day, and that is Spider-Man by Joe Kelly. But we're not done with the webhead. No, we're not. Back when I got to announce Superior Spider-Man, people's heads blew up. They were like, oh my gosh, it's finally coming. And I was like, yeah, I was really happy for people. But deep down, I was like, oh, I really wish they had started at the beginning. I really wish they had started post that One More Day. And I mentioned that Joe Kelly's Omnibus has a little bit of Brand New Day and Big Time in it. So this Omnibus that I get to announce is one of my most wanted Omnis for Spider-Man. And I am talking about Spider-Man Brand New Day Omnibus Volume 1 coming out in July of 2023. So excited for this one. Let's take a look at the standard edition cover. And the standard edition cover here is supplied by Steve McNiven, which I think is the cover to issue 546, which is the beginning of Brand New Day. If I'm not mistaken, the first issue Spider-Man post One More Day. So let's take a look at the content. So we have Free Comic Book Day 2007, just the Spider-Man story. Amazing Spider-Man 546 to 583. Amazing Spider-Man Annual Number 1, the 2008 annual. Secret Invasion, the Amazing Spider-Man 3-issue miniseries. President's Day Celebration digital comic. Spider-Man Fear Itself one-shot. Spider-Man Extra Number 2. Spider-Man Swing Shifts Director's Cut one-shot. And material from Spider-Man Extra Number 1. So this stuff has been collected in trade paperbacks, standard size hardcovers, complete collections, but as you probably have guessed it, a lot of those have been out of print for quite a number of years. So I'm so glad for the people that haven't been able to get those, for the people brand new to comics, it's the only dad joke you'll hear in this video, that they're now able to pick this story up in this particular omnibus. And Volume 1, love seeing that these days because it always gives me a hope for a Volume 2. So let's take a look at the direct market cover. So this is the direct market cover here by Phil Jimenez, who also did the direct market cover for that Joe Kelly omnibus. So this is the era of Spider-Man after One More Day. Marvel decided to relaunch Spider-Man with a new status quo, new supporting cast, old supporting cast coming back, villains, new villains, old villains, villains being reintroduced. This was such a great time, and they were releasing them weekly. So there was a brain trust of writers that they got together, locked in a room, I'm sure somewhere. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think they did that. But anyway, they all got together and started writing Spider-Man weekly. And it was a lot of fun to check out some of these writers' take on Spider-Man. So you had Dan Slott in there, Mark Guggenheim, Bob Gale, coming from Back to the Future, Mark Waid and Zeb Wells, who is currently writing Spider-Man, all come in and started writing these stories and working with wonderful artists like Salvador Larroca, Phil Jimenez, Barry Kitson, and Mike McCone, Marcos Martin, just to name a few of the artists that work in here, as well as John Romita Jr. and Adi Granov. It was just such an interesting time for this particular character because they had done something to his status quo in One More Day. I'm not going to spoil it in case you haven't read it. So this would follow immediately after that JMS Omnibus Volume 2. So if you're a completist and you have to have the next Spider-Man, now here it is, that missing part of Spider-Man. And eventually, I'd love to see this collection, this library on a shelf, take us all the way until Superior Spider-Man. That would be so freaking awesome to look on the shelf and look at those wonderful stories, and they're collected in these big books. Man, what a freaking awesome time to be in omnibus collecting. I swear. Like, it's just crazy to think about all these wonderful stories collected in omnibus edition, and still more to come. And, you know, I just am playing a small part in it, just brings me a lot of joy. So, don't forget to pre-order when these two books are available to pre-order. Thank you again to David Gabriel and the fine folks at Marvel for sending us this information. And everyone, please, on your way out, smash that like button, share the video. Thank you all so much. Leave your comments down below. Let me know which covers you're going to get, what you think about the content. Stay healthy and safe out there. Make mine Marvel.